Hey guys! So I know I have been absent for a few days. I'm very, very, very sorry about that. It's been a super busy week. I have not had much time after I got home Monday and Tuesday from work to actually do anything. So today's been my first day off in about 7 days. I worked on a day I normally don't work last week, so I've worked a lot of straight days. So I've been exhausted. Not to mention, Connor has been something else. We will get more into that later. If you guys watch to the end of the video, you kind of see a little bit more in the vlog that goes with the video at the end. So let's get right on into the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. What I want to talk to you guys today about was IEPs. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because I know that there are a lot of people with special needs kids out there. They may not know what they can and cannot do and what type of rights they have when it comes to their kids. Just to get a little bit of background on why I know all of this, I actually did go to school for special education. I was a double major in college. I had a double major in education and history, so I wanted to teach high school. If any of you guys know me, you know I had a really bad experience teaching high school. I decided that I did not want to teach high school any longer. I actually dropped my double major a month before graduation and just minored in history. Not that I didn't love to teach, I just had a horrible experience. I literally started questioning if it was the right thing for me to do. So I took about 6 months off or so. I went back to school, got my master's in elementary education. I knew, however, within 5 years that I actually wanted to get a degree in special education as well, because that was really my passion. So it was very fitting that I had Connor. While I was working on my second master's, it was going to be a dual master's in early childhood education because I knew I wanted to teach younger kids. I had a bunch of teaching experiences after I got my teaching license and my master's. I was subbing for a while before I got pregnant with Connor and had him, and that's why eventually I quit teaching altogether, just because I felt like it would be very selfish of me to have a full-time teaching job and to not actually be in the classroom every single day of the week. Or if something happened with Connor, say we broke a bone, we pretty much run to Greenville back and forth once a week for about 6 to 8 weeks straight until that cast comes off, and I feel like I would be missing way too much school to actually be effective in the classroom and have it be fair to the kids I'm teaching. Also, because we do have therapy once a week and it is on Thursday mornings, I felt like I would be missing a lot of school once a week, just like I was saying. And likewise, it's not fair to the kids that were actually going to be in my class. So I eventually just let my teaching license lapse. Like I said, I was working on that master's in special education. I was about half to 3/4 the way through. I was in my last classes before I was actually going to be getting into the classroom to get that experience. I really do miss teaching, but that's kind of a background on why I know what I know. I have books upon books on special education and teaching in general. I have classroom sets of books, everything, just in case I ever do go back in, that was given to me by my awesome mentor teacher when I was doing my student teaching in first grade. So that's a little bit of background about me and where my knowledge has come from. So if you have a child that's in special education, you know what an IEP is. For those of you who do not know what an IEP is, it stands for Individualized Education Plan. So this is completely individualized, geared towards every single child, specifically the parents, the teachers, therapists. If you feel like you want an advocate that comes into the meeting with you, you are more than welcome to bring whomever you want with you. You have that right as a parent. You also have the right as a parent to suggest, to request things to be put into the IEP. For example, in the past, I have requested Connor to have an actual specific individual person working one-on-one with him. This year, you've probably heard me mention it a couple times in my writing and in the videos that we did go ahead and elect to take that out. However, I have been starting to think that because of the circumstances with Connor, that it might be better to actually put it back in. So you do have that right to request. Basically, they evaluate your child. They evaluate your child in academic skills and social skills and occupational skills, speech and physical skills, or any other type of skills that your child may need help with based on his needs. For example, when they evaluated Connor a few years ago, they evaluated him with a hearing teacher as well, just because of the deafness he does have. So, for example, in Connor's IEP, he has physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, as well as time with the hearing and deaf teacher every week. Now, that's a lot of therapy to fit in. We've also lengthened his physical therapy. During the week, he gets more than he used to. Plus, if you guys do follow me, you know that he has outpatient therapy once a week. We go for about an hour and a half every Thursday. So he does get a lot of therapy. We also have set reachable and obtainable goals. What we did was I worked together with his teacher and his therapist, and we set goals. For example, one thing is for him to answer whether he's a boy or girl. The other one is to tell us what his name is when we ask what his name is. You know, other questions that we've not yet worked on are things such as, what's your mom and dad's name? What city do you live in? What's your street name? That kind of stuff. Basic information that a 5-year-old should be able to say. For Connor, we've literally been working on, are you a boy or girl, or what is your name, since October when he went back to school. So that has been very difficult. I've actually started working with him every night. Tonight we worked on, Connor, are you a boy or girl? And Connor tends to repeat the last word he hears to answer a question. So a lot of times if you ask Connor, are you a boy or a girl? He'll say girl. If you ask Connor if he's a girl or a boy, he'll say boy, because that's the last thing he heard. So I am working with Connor at home to say I am a boy when he hears that question. He can say it. He does need prompting. Also, I've been working with my name is Connor. He does need prompting on that one too. That's my husband. He probably thinks I'm crazy here talking to the TV. Not really the TV though. Obviously it's the camera. Okay, guys. I just got a message. Hold on. Okay, guys. So with Connor's IEP, those are his, social academic goals. Also, we want him to be able to identify pictures of things, be able to correctly identify them and say what it is, that like ice cream or soccer ball or baseball instead of just ball, or pointing because he knows but he doesn't know what the word is, or rather that he can't vocalize what the word is. Other goals, like for physical therapy, we want him to be able to stand up and walk. That's his ultimate goal. Of course we want him to stand up and walk. Like, that's the goal. I mean, he's like a heavy sack of potatoes and he doesn't hold on. And he does nothing but get heavier and heavier and heavier. Okay, if my husband is complaining that he's heavy, think of what I feel like. He's stronger than me and bigger than me. And clearly he's not nearly as heavy to him as he would be to me. Anyway, rant over. So, we want him to walk. We want him to crawl instead of scoot on his butt or side. He does tend to do that. That's about it. The main goals, I should say. So, I hope that kind of helps about IEPs. Like I said, you do have the right to, if you don't think that they are following the IEP, you can file something with the district called due process, where you go to court and you fight for it. You can also file for due process if you think that he needs to your child needs to be put into like a private school setting if you feel like that setting would be better. I myself, not that, I really do think, like I've said in the past, that Connor needs that one-on-one interaction. I've kind of been debating on what I want to do with him. We have another IEP meeting in April along with a evaluation for summer school as well as all-day kindergarten for next year. So I'm kind of curious to see where he's going to be at then. But if you have any questions, I have way more information on IEPs than what I've given to you. I just kind of gave you a rundown of what it is and what it means for you and what your rights are, at least the basics of it, especially for those who have never heard of it. I will probably be talking later in videos and blog posts about what we've gone through with the IEP. Obviously, not specific details because that's pretty confidential, but I do share a good bit of stuff with you guys here on my channel as well as my blog. So yeah, if you have questions or if you want to know anything specific about what an IEP can do or a law, let me know. I have a good many resources in my shed out back. That's where all my school books are. I keep telling my mom and dad that they need to come and get it. But I'm sure as soon as they come and get it, I'm going to be wanting it. So it might as well stay in there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please stay tuned for all the fun, crazy stuff that's happened the last 3 days. And you guys have a good one. Brush your teeth, Connor. Good morning. We got Connor's hearing aids fixed. You probably can't see them, but they are in his ears. The tubing was cracked, and that's why it was giving so much feedback. So I'm excited to see how he is at school today when he can hear. Now this little boy is asking for food, so we are going to get ready and get some pancakes. Say bye, Connor. Here, you want to pour more in? Pour more in. But do it slow.
Can I put a little more vinegar in it?
No.
Not vinegar, but baking soda. Can I put a little more touch of baking soda?
No. Slow. Alright.